Afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Today I've got the old-fashioned green tea, bro. Green tea in my. Don't judge my cup. It's my wife's cup. Hence the S for Sophie. Some decaffeinated green tea from Trader Joe's. TJ's, bro. TJ's. What's up? Like you can see, the public portfolio is taking a little cooling off. And it is what it is, bro. The market's been on a run, especially if you've been in all these chips, AMD, Intel, Nvidia. Although Nvidia didn't get to its highs, it's definitely has gone into a high as well, right? So it's a cool off, in my opinion. I'm not panicking. I'm looking at the public portfolio and seeing where else can we have reach in terms of gains at this point in time. I'm quite used to buying when the markets are in red, right? So I'm not I'm not, but I don't want to use the words like I'm not concerned, right? I'm aware. I'm not concerned at this point in time because these are the times where people can actually make a difference financially if they get into plays that they believe in, companies and brands that is going to be here for the long term. They do your due diligence. The fundamentals of these companies are great. It makes sense. They're not in debt. And all these stats and information on these companies, details, the ins and outs, the pros and cons are all online, right? Because they're all publicly traded. So they have to show their books, their earnings, their revenue, their employees, cuts, blah, blah, blah. You get the message. If you guys are just joining in, this segment on my channel is basically about stocks. Very little about crypto, very rarely. Only because I've been in the stock market since 2015. So if you're tuning in, welcome. Blessings. I hope everyone's doing well and making a difference by investing. I don't trade, I don't do options, puts, calls, whatever you want to call it, forex anymore because I'm a long-term investor and that's just me. Disclaimer first, I'm not a financial certified advisor of any sort. I cannot advise you what to buy, hold, or sell. However, I'm sharing my journey in the stock market, and if this brings you any sort of awareness, knowledge, if it's some sort of entertainment to you, thank you for joining. Like, and that's all I want. Just like, you don't have to subscribe, you don't have to do anything, share, nothing, bro. Just hit that like button. Let's go. That really helps me out. And it helps me out for keep on making this sort of content on my channel because my other content, if you guys look at it, it's me experiencing the world from my eyes, from my taste buds, from everything with my wife, friends, and my dog Pedro. So anyway, welcome. I'm originally from Dubai. I've been living in the US since 2019. I just moved from New York City to South Florida, and I'm your guy. Just a guy with a hat, or just another guy with another hat, whatever. Just guy with a hat, talk about stocks. So let's get into it. So if you saw my last video, and if you do follow this channel, I think we were about 8.2 yesterday. As you can see, $188 down today. It's only a 2%, guys. So the public portfolio is it's good. Don't worry, because if you look at, like, if you say so far as the companies that I put in the public portfolio are companies that I'm in for the long term. What is the long term? Probably 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, or longer. And when I say 3, 5, and 7, these are all my review years, right? So after 3 years, I look at my portfolios, whether it's public or private. I look at them, I adjust them if need be. I was chatting to my brother earlier today, this morning. He's still in Dubai. He was like, when do you take gains? When do you know when to sell? And I'm like, when I reach a point in a certain company, a stock, a ETF, or whatever, um, just using them as examples, then I'm like, okay, cool. I need, instead of just using liquid cash always, which is never infinite, right? So everyone has to do what they do in the best interest when it comes to liquid buying power. I make sure that I sometimes I sell everything. Like, for example, I'm not a Tesla trader anymore or investor. So used to using the word trader. I'm not an investor anymore. I sold all my Tesla positions, and that I cannot tell you or advise you, or this is not a suggestion of any sort to buy, hold, or sell. I sold my Tesla position, all of it, in my private portfolio to put in money into these other plays that I believe are going to give me the next gains, right? And what are those other companies, if you want to know? Like, I needed more. The reason I got out of Tesla has no reason. I just made a lot of money and I wanted to cash out, right? And I didn't want to use new money in terms of buying, only because I've just moved from New York. There was a massive move, cost of operations, logistics. You get the deal, getting the dog here. The dog also has come from Dubai, so it's been a minute. You know what I mean? So, um, long story short, I'm sold Tesla and I moved the money into, and this was in my private portfolio. But what I did was, I invested in Elf Beauty, SoFi, Honest Company, Nike, and if I haven't said it, Celsius, right? Uh, You got to invest in companies that you've done your due diligence and seen the the black and white online. AI is a great tool that I use. I use a lot of AI tools to ask questions, keep on marinating the questions so I get the correct answers in terms of what I want, what I see, how I want to look at it. So you got to do your these. I believe these are the companies which will be a game changer. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just going by data, right? Data on hand. So getting into it, Intel in the public portfolio is down 10%. DRAM is down, which is an ETF. So let's start. We usually start from the top. Let's start from the bottom today. First, let's just see what's the buying power today looking at. $77 only, right? And that's my choice of word only. Chopper to get a bird, bro. You know, there's a window right in front of me, which is cool because the lighting, I don't have to buy lighting. The lighting's great, in my opinion, at least. You guys let me know. Sorry, man. The green tea is getting a bit cold. Okay, so what did I buy recently in the public portfolio? My last purchase was. Where are we at? Bro, using a mouse, bro, that's crazy on an app like mirroring. Anyway, it just makes it a little difficult every now and then. So MKSI is, I added a small position in the public portfolio. What is MKS Inc? So I'm using Robinhood. If you're new to the game, this is Robinhood. Yeah, it's an easy portfolio that I've been helping and guiding people to invest, and Robinhood is my app platform that I show you guys on. My private portfolios are in Fidelity, Brokerage, Moomoo, Webull, and cryptos in Coinbase, right? That's all private as of now. So what is MKS Inc? Provides instrument systems, subsystems, and process control solutions to measure control power, monitor, analyze parameters of manufacturing processes to improve process performance and productivity for its customers. Vacuum Solutions Division, wow. Photonic Solution Division, wow. So the PSD segment provides a range of instruments, components, and subsystems to edge semiconductor manufacturing, electronics and packaging, and specialty industrial application. The MSD segment develop process and manufacturing technologies for advanced service modification, electrolytes, and electronic planting and service finishing. Bro, that's a mouthful, bro. The company is founded in 61, wow, and is headquartered, blah, blah, blah. The listed, okay, so what is this? Why? So you can imagine I don't imagine, they are in the semiconductors segment as well. Their PE ratio right now is 66, is high in my opinion. 6.7% sell, 6.7 hold. So I wanted some skin in the game, and I put $20, not a lot, 318. So the people who are also buying into this are also looking at or buying, according to Robinhood data recommendation, MU, Taiwan Semiconductor, AMD, and so it's all semiconductor mainly, right? So people are looking at this, and the reason that I got into this is just because it's a different sort of play, just in case things go a different way. Like everyone's chasing AMD, everyone's chasing Nvidia, everyone's looking at Amazon's. I'm trying to look at things differently in the semiconductor space, right? Solutions. manufacturing, because if AMD, Nvidia, and all these other companies time out or run on halting, you can also use MKS ink and stuff, right? And that's what I'm looking at, these sort of parameters and stuff. And when I come to add new players into that, and why I say skin in the game, because I don't know a lot about this company yet. I'm still learning about this company, this stock. So, but I put some in just, and I'm only 6%, a dollar in, down and some change, right? So, but if you look at the last 3 months, it's run up 15% almost, year to date 82%. So that these are the details and analytics I look at when I add new plays to the public portfolio. Then I added these as well yesterday. If you were on the stream, you would have seen. And basically, these guys are into the space segment, right? So this is an ETF. These are all in the long run. I'm just building my positions as we speak. So in 3 years, I will look at this and review it if makes sense or stuff. But guys, like I say always, this part of the channel in stocks, if it helps other people as well, but is mainly focusing on people who are joining the game right now. You know, if you missed the AMD wave, if you missed when Amazon was fucking $18 back in the day, and Nvidia, and when Facebook was Facebook, when I bought it for under 90, and then in the pandemic it also hit around that price point. Today's about what, 600. We'll have a look at it right now. But this is what I'm saying, right? If everyone's gonna look at these companies and then they have a cool off and a sell off and blah blah blah, I look at these guys where I have room to run. And if you want to be safe, there's an ETF, right? But look at all these things that I'm looking at. So they're in the space. SpaceX, Elon's company is probably going to go public sometime soon. So I'm trying to buy these companies, which will basically get on the wagon of when SpaceX shoots up. These guys also will shoot up, because that's how it works. Like when AMD falls, usually all their semiconductors fall. When AMD, Nvidia is rising, all these guys follow, right? Similar in the crypto world, when Bitcoin goes up, it takes these other guys up. I'm not talking about meme coins and all, but it usually takes like Ethereum up and Solana up and XRP and etc. Right? So these are these companies, UFO, Mars. Again, I just got some skin in the game, nothing, just one share, and I'm gonna build my positions slowly and surely. Sometimes it's good to get it in red, because then you know how much they can fall, or if they have more room to fall. And I really like don't have a specific target price, because when things are falling, you never know how far they can fall. Especially if you're trying to catch a falling knife, you don't know how far and it's going to fall. So why would you try to catch it? So I just keep on adding my positions every now and then when it dips. And I really like these moments, because then it pushes me to learn more about these companies and what they are about, and what they're doing in the market and stuff, right? So it literally is like work, like homework. Did I skip this guy? X Energy again. All Robinhood, everything is mentioned, bro. The firm focuses on modular nuclear. This is another company that if your solar goes out, if your traditional power, electric, like America, from what I know, is based on this power of running, which is quite orthodox. So it's, we're gonna just consume so much of power with AI, with quantum computers. Can the certain network be able to infrastructure survive all that drive, right? So yes, nuclear is not the answer, but nuclear is, and there are other answers as well. So I'm just getting skin in the game right now, teaching myself about these in the public portfolio, because I just don't want to buy AMD. I just don't want to buy Amazon. I want to find the next winners as well, and this is the only way I can see that happening, by staying tuned in to the markets and what's happening behind scenes, and what's happening in my WhatsApp and Discord groups when I meet my multimillionaire people and my clients and speaking to them about it. And because they're in rooms which I'm not in, and so at times I'm in rooms which they aren't in, which they're like, oh, you know about this? We want to invest in this. Or we want to collab. You see what I'm saying? Intel cooling off as well. I put a little of Intel, not even a share yet, which I'm. This is why I buy. The public portfolio is here to show you guys, bro, like steady wins, smart wins, doing your due diligence, your research, speaking to the right people, surrounding yourself with the right noise, right? and then making up your judgment, because at the end of the day, it's your money that you're putting in. So I cannot advise you what to buy, hold, or sell. But this is why I like to buy, and how I buy in the public portfolio is also to show you guys it's not a race, bro. Like there's no get rich scheme. 10% are selling, so just relax. Since I've had a computer since a childhood, bro, I remember having what, a compact Presidio 520 where it was the monitor, the CD-ROM, the floppy disk, all was in one. There was one. There was no additional or separate CPU. Everything was in one. I think it's called Presario 520, 500 series. I can't remember. Compact. I don't know where they are right now in terms of existing, but I'm sure they are somewhere. But let me take a sip. But it had an Intel processor, and I know that when Apple, their biggest client at the time, said we're going to make our own chips, our own Silicon Valley M chip, blah blah blah, whatever, bro. But they're looking at back or joining hands with Intel because they currently use Taiwan Semiconductor, right? And this is why I know a client of mine from back, and a friend, dear friend from Dubai days. He got into Intel when it was $27. If you're watching this, bro, you know who you are. RB, you're the man. So, and I didn't buy Intel at that time. I was just accumulating all these other companies, AMD, Nvidia, Micron. And today it is even at 115. He's made a killing. So hats off to you, RB. RB, yeah. Sometimes I speak really quickly, or it's my accents. Guys, you can just rewind it, slow it down. With YouTube, you can fasten things, slow things if you're watching 1x, 2x, whatever, or reduce it. So, right. So, I'm just building the positions as of now. I do believe in Intel and where they're going as well. You can look them up. So they mention all their clients on their website, and they do things with NASA, they're doing something else, and else. I'm not going to get too much detail in it, but do your homework. I'm trying to make you guys also look at things, not just me feeding. You guys also need to do your own feeding for yourself, so you can also know and believe in the companies that you're backing up, right? CIB is a security of it's an ETF for cybersecurity. Another play that I'm going to build over the long time and then look at it after 3 years. The amount of AI and everything. So if you look at all these losses and you keep on adding 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, let's say 10, 10 and 15. So this one stock DRAM just covers this losses. If you're new to the game, this is how I look at a portfolio. I kind of look at it from an overall aspect and then an individual aspect as well, right? Because that's how it is, right? Like I don't look at my whole life existing on this planet and look at all the just the good or just the bad. I kind of see what I've learned, the mistakes, what's learning from my mistakes, teaching, progressing, leveling up. It's like anything. Going to the gym, you can't just learn everything. You have to go through the pain. You have to go through the muscle recovery. You got to eat right. So as you do things, as you implement things, as you execute things, you learn, right? And that's just my opinion, bro, my experience. So cyber security ETF, CIBR. If you know, you know. If you don't know, look into it. It's the P ratios. What is it at? 51 is still high. Anything between 30 is all right. Anything little less than 30 is decent. But if you get it in the 20s, bro, in my opinion, that's cool. This is copper miners, like all these parts for an ETF on that. I like ETFs only because it's not as aggressive as individual stocks, and plus, like, although I have MU invested individually as well, but if you look at DRAM's top holdings, MU is here as well. Is this MU? Micron Technology should be MU or one of these, yeah. But yeah, here it is, right? So I'm not in SanDisk, which has grown like some crazy, I don't know, bro. SanDisk, which I missed. I know a couple of people who became millionaires, bro, like instantly. So in the last 6 months, it's up 383%. In the last 6 months, exactly. In the last 3 months, 117. Last 1 month, 51. Last week, it's down 4%. Today is down 11. So if you got into year to date, you're still killing it because it's 397% up. In 1 year, it's up 3,221%. So yeah, so ETs are great. They're not as volatile or aggressive because they can peak, but they also can fall, right? So I'm in DRAM, Elf, great company to buy, and it's $55. And why am I in Elf? Why am I in all these other things, copper and all? Because I'm building this portfolio on the public was only started actually in November. It was open in March. The first things that I bought into this public portfolio was XRP and H bar. And because someone at that time wanted to know how to buy XRP, and I said Robinhood is the quickest, and the person only had Robinhood at that time from a platform, besides your traditional brokerage and stocks and all. But he wanted to get in crypto, and he didn't want to do Coinbase or whatever, right? And at that time, Robinhood did crypto and stocks, and now Coinbase. All my links are below for these platforms. If you want it, use it. You get free stocks. I might get a kickback. I don't know, bro. Like I'm just me, bro. Just a guy with a hat telling you these things from what I've been using. But all the links are below. Mumu, if you open up, I met them recently at Consensus, the guys at the stand. So hats off to all you guys. Peace out to the Mumu team. Ben, I only remember one person's name by name, Boo Wang, because he gave me a fan, which is cool. But to all the other representatives, hi guys. Uh, but yeah, Moomoo is a great app. They also give you 8.1 high saving account. So look into it. My link is below if you want. I'm not affiliated with Robinhood or anything at this point in time. It is what it is, right? Getting back to the portfolio, the reason that I'm in Elf and I'm in other things, not just tech heavy, is because I'm building a portfolio because I've learned how to invest over the years in my private portfolios and recession proof, pandemic proof, you know. So when I say proof, it's not that they don't get hit; they do get hit, but also it's not that bad when it does get hit. So I'm not just tech heavy, and when tech gets hit, the whole segment hits, right? So Elf Beauty is if I still think Morningstar has in 1 second, guys. So see the PE ratios at nearly 30. Zero people are selling it, so it's a good indication as well for a stock like Elf. Okay, there's no Morningstar, but anyway, Elf, Nike, bro, Nike's bleeding. In my private portfolio, I'm bleeding in Nike as well because majority of my shares are there. Infidelity, Amazon. I just got $10 in this. Golf now, Service now. The SaaS stocks are taking a hitting. Adobe, CRM. Now, I mean, these guys are nearly down $80, 11%. From a percentage point of view, it's not crazy. From a dollar point of view, it's not crazy. Like I said, like most of my shares are in my private portfolio, and if I'm down, I don't know. I need to check how down I am in CRM. But I'm accumulating because I believe in these companies, right? And like it's mentioned here, just because of the driven tech sell-off, these companies are taking a hitting because they're also linked to the tech industry, right? Meta is also down, so that gives you an indication that the market is cooling off. If you're on the stream, stay calm, stay collected, just relax, bro. Relax. You don't have to make any massive changes. Stay in the game. The idea of the game is long term, bro. Long term. Okay, that's the game, long term. So if anyone's trying to say scare you off, if you're trying to get scared of the, don't worry. The It's long term play, and that's why I came on today to tell you guys, bro, relax. If you're in the right companies in the right place, buying, selling, dollar cost average, your ETFs are your foundation. So your VOOs, your VUG, VTI, triple Qs, bro, you're good. SPMO, right? Set these ETFs up because they usually don't take a hit like how these individual stocks do, right? So today I'm chilling. Am I doing any buying in the public portfolio? Because when this money saturates, it's literally not gaining or not going down, right? And I like to put my money in moves when the market's red because I know it's going to go up in the place that I'm in. So today I might CRM, like if you look at year to date, what was it at here? It's down 34%. The low is 252, the high is 267. We had 172. What was Morningstar saying? Morningstar is saying it's 280 fair value of this company. That's my dog in the background. Pedro, if you can hear him, he's sleeping in the office. P ratio is 22, bro. Wow. Wow. Slow and surely, bro. I'm just gonna buy another 10. Just relax, bro. And you like 10 bucks. How cheap is that, bro? Relax. You do you. You do you, boo boo. I'm doing me, bro. Remember, this is a public portfolio, guys. I'm not here to brag or anything. It's a public portfolio. I'm sharing what I'm doing in the public portfolio. My private portfolio, again, not here to brag. You know, it's doing its thing. Yeah, $623 in this. So yeah, I do want to add to Meta because this is one of my longest companies I have in the private portfolio. It just went up to 600 because I've got it down at 550s even. See, 570, 590, 534. Looks like these were some recurring orders that I was doing with someone in terms of teaching them how to do recurring orders. So relax, bro. Just do your thing. Good companies, 90% are buying, 10% hold, 0% sell. These guys, Morningstar, what's their PE ratio at? 21 on Meta. That's amazing, bro. Where's the Morningstar? There we go. Oh, shit. This Logitech's mouse, bro, is killer. So fast. Also, it's not new. I've been having it for the last 5, 6 years. $850. So that's the fair value of the stock, not $600, not 599.7, right? So I'm just chilling, bro. Today I'm just chilling. I'll just add some plays. Robinhood is 23. SoFi is, it's another tech company, guys. Another tech company just doing its thing. Although it's a bank, great bank, by the way. I bank with them personally. So, and their platform is crazy good. Google, man, $140. So you see, like my losses are basically Google, DRAM, all these other guys. It's basically like I'm still in green, right? We're down $206. So just relax, bro. Guys, stay calm. These are the times where people, if you're new now and you're investing today, bro, you're getting some companies at deals. At deals. You're getting Meta at a deal. You're getting Adobe, SoFi, Hood, which is Robinhood. You're getting what else? So now ServiceNow at a deal. It's still below 100. If you put some money in SPMO, ETFs, and VOO, you know, you're getting some companies that do, bro. If you're welcome to the party, bro. The chips companies are getting lower. Put your money, bro. Where's DRAM, bro? DRAM, bro. You know what? Check this out, guys. 46.95, right? So today, if it goes below 46, I'm adding another 10 or 20 bucks in this ETF. And facts, bro. I just don't do the talking. I do the walking with you guys. So, guys, I just wanted to come in and tell you about where the public portfolio is. What am I doing? Am I taking a breather? Yes. Am I still accumulating? Yes. Do you think if you're a new person to investing, the win is long term, right? Investing is not it's not gambling. It's not this thing. Make sure you're in right companies. You do your due diligence. Just because you see reds in your public portfolio, yes, I've lost money, but overall I've made money, right? That's how you got to look at it, right? When you buy a lottery ticket, there's no up or down until you win, right? The chances of you winning is close to none, in my opinion, right? If anyone has won a lottery, let me know in the chat. On that note, I want to send out blessings to you, your family, to everybody. Have a great Tuesday. I'm going to go for my boxing class later on today after work. Started boxing recently. I made a video of it. My wife and I just joined boxing. Anstel Gym. Shout out to Anstel Gym. Shout out to the trainers there. Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to Kobe and Sosa. Make it happen. Own it. Blessings. Peace. One love. I'm out.